EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Carolina Panthers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Go. Go.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. McMillan. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's go. 50, plant.
Mike's 56.
Check 2, draw corkers.
52. Check 50. Check 50.
5.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
SOS. 6-6. Pull it high.
SOS.
Hey, Charlie. Hit it.
Operating from the gun. McMillan. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Set up, 30 base.
Right there, 56. Squeeze, double. Mike 56, Mike 56. Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
Deep grip.
From the gun, McMillan. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Here we go. 15 line. Ready?
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McMillan, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, McMillan. And he will find his man on the outside. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And it's taken in at the 9. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A give to Smith out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
On third down, Smith. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
2nd and 3. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Switch. Check. Check 3.
Check 20. Greystone, travel.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
51's the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mike,
From the gun, McMillan. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Fournette running out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hatchet. Check. Lucky.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Go, 10 Lobo.
Mike's 56. Hey, I'm coming after you. Watch the safety crane.
Pilot, 64, weak. Yep.
He's moving, boys, he's moving. 56 to Mike.
Operating from the gun, McMillan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll run it here with Smith. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
We're good. Ready? Express.
To throw his Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Next to score, Raiders 10, Panthers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
56. Mike, 56.
Protein spill. Ready?
A shotgun give to Fournette. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. McMillan caught by the tight end Ertz. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there.
He's coming. 22 Jets bomber. 22 Jets bomber.
Whip. Watch what's going
From the gun, McMillan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
At the 33-yard line.
Down. 185.
57. Come on. Let's get this ball back.
Now this time, Carl throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Leonard Fournette. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Ready? 10-2 soft.
Check 56. You ain't going nowhere. Check 4.
Topper.
Check the backer.
5.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Go. 80 game.
Here we go. Check 9.
Off play action. McMillan. Breaks over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Smith. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
A gain of 15. First down, Raiders.
Monday, down. 188. Raider 2.
A first down carry for Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Fournette. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ready. 18 Gator. Yeah.
Off the play fake. McMillan. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Throwing on first down, McMillan. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the Raiders' 16-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Move.
Forget it.
Off play action, McMillan. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
It's going to be a long day.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Operating from the gun, McMillan looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
57.
Here's Carr to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Carr. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jadeveon Clowney make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They'll look to set up his blockers. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They must rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively, giving up a big sack. Loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Off the play fake. McMillan. That's going to be caught by Samuel. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A gain of 12 brings up 3rd down and 8.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 56 to Mike. 5.
From the gun, McMillan trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. And that one's pretty well wrapped up as the Giants have grown their lead even further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Shift, shift. Back, back, back.
6-6. Pull it high. On the ball, 2.
Operating from the gun, McMillan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Panthers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. McMillan. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Carr now on first down. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play that time for the Raiders. 57 yards. Oh, even... After all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll run on first down. Cook. And he's got some space here. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Raiders. The try here for the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6.
Makes the score Raiders 17, Panthers 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And he takes this one back in